Here is the bridge crossing the Scarebrig. And now into Sundergrot. And I hope that these planks hold. Fortunately, I'm not that heavy, at least not compared to dwarves and the big folk. So these are the dwarven ruins? Well, maybe dwarven ruins, but it looks like there are goblins in here. Well, we'll have to see about that. Or is... Let me read those instructions again. Ah, alright, I misread the map. That's just the beginning of the road. The actual place we're going to is much, much further away. Well, it's time for a long hike. Now, that looks like a dwarven hold of some sort. But it looks like that this bridge is probably just as... Yeah. Still not a sturdy bridge, unfortunately. Well, looks like there are goblins here. Well, this doesn't look good.
This place is crawling with goblins.
Yes. Did you see the old ruins on our way from Scarebrig to Sundergrot? Aye, Sramvart and Egvarth. Those two watchposts are called. I would recommend we scout them ourselves and take care of any goblins lurking about the old ruins. You cannot be too careful. I suppose not. So I'm to take care of those scouting first, and I'll take care of the goblins later, I guess. Actually, it looks like the place I need to investigate is on this side of the river, which means I'll probably have to go through these goblins in order to get there. And they're also... Alright. You. You really, really, really want to die. And I also see a couple of orcs here. Well, first, let's take care of this goblin. Hey, you! Just die. The intruders. Defeat foes here. Well, alright. That means I could defeat both... Oopsie daisy! Perhaps that was not the most... safest way to do that. Hey! Stop that! You stop it! Really? Alright, fine. Maybe I'll be out of... Yeah, thank you! Thank you for joining the party! That is exactly what I wanted. And now for you. Toss tosses must die. And now we get you. I'll be coming back here later. So I'll be taking care of your friends then. But I have some scouting to do. Alright? Well, you're not going to be around to report to your friends anyway, so it doesn't matter. Well, your bodies might report something, but that's another matter. But you can be guaranteed that I'll be taking care of some of them when I return. Are we done yet? Goblins. Nasty, nasty, nasty goblinses. I think I found Egvarth. And... yeah. There are a number of goblins here. Too many. Yeah. That's an understatement. So let's take care of these two. Oh, all right. As soon as I can find out who's attacking me. There you are. I saw many enemies, but I didn't see the one that was about to attack me. How about that? Always the bane in battle. The enemy you don't see. Let's take care of that. And we'll need... Oh, ouch! I'm burning! I'm burning! Oh, alright, that's taken care of. Good. Now, your turn. And... probably need to destroy some of these weapons they have here also, because we don't want those goblins doing anything to us. Oh, there seem to be orcs here too. Oh, hello! Oh. Warriors. Warriors that are sticking together, apparently. Hey, anything I can destroy here? Other than you, of course, because I'm certainly not going to leave you out of the list of things I destroy here. Alright, it's not only goblins here, but also orcs here. That's the thing. I hope there aren't trolls here also, because this seems to be like a rather nasty place. So it looks like the orcs and goblins have taken over just about everything that we have in this area. Oh. Oh, hold on. Let's take care of those weapons. There you go. This seems to be the last of their weapon racks. There you go. What next? Oh, I guess we need to head over to Sundergrot and see if I scout that area too. It appears I have arrived at Sundergrot, and based on the look of it and the presence of this orc, we've got more foes to worry about and more supplies to destroy. Ah, I think I did say earlier that something about there being orcs and goblins everywhere. I think that's a pretty safe statement. Pretty safe statement. Now let's see if I could find a decently safe spot in which to deal with their supplies. Oh, there is a supply cache right over there. And a nasty orc in front of it. Well, let's see what we could do with him. Because he seems to be the one that's driving the orcs into a fury anyway. Oh. Is that an orc or is that a goblin? Whew. He spoke a bit like a... Oh, look at that. I just noticed something. We've got two of those sappers right in front of that. Ugh. That is nasty. A nasty pair there. So I'm going to have to deal with them also. I also think that... I'll wait a moment in order to rest after that. Two sappers. That always gets messy and hot. Always gets hot when you have sappers involved. See what I mean? They just like to heat up. Oh, come on! Where did they come from? I was expecting a small party and I got a massive number here. Hey, didn't I kill your brother just now? See, get rid of one driver, they bring in another. That's the problem. And let's take care of that poison too. You know, please don't poison the Hobbit. It's annoying when you do that. Now you are done. Are you done? All this to get rid of one set of supplies. I hope those dwarves appreciate it. That's all I gotta say. Especially more than those Bjornings do. Now, better be the right set of supplies. I'm afraid those other two locations are just as filled with goblins and orcs.
I thank you for clearing the old watchposts, my friend.
Yes, you've done a great service to us and to the Bjornings. The fewer the goblins in the flood fells, the better, no? Ha ha! Now let us continue with the survey mission. I've taken a glance inside Sundergrot, and I'm sure you can guess what it is I saw in there. Oh, that's correct, my friend. Many more goblins lurking inside. Yes, bah! Too many for only the four of us. If we are crafty, we should be able to survey all of Sundergrot and thwart whatever plans those goblins have with the old dwarf hold. Now, let's continue on our mission. Alright, and exactly what do I need to do? A great deal, most likely. A great deal. I'm sure we'll see a good number of goblins inside. Well, I certainly can say that the place doesn't disappoint from that point of view. It definitely has more goblins inside. Hey, stop that! Stop it! Look, I'm just trying to kill you fair and square, alright? Good grief. Now, let's see what else we could take care of. Oh yes, more of these drivers. I'd like to drive a javelin right in his backside. That's what I'd like to do. And it looks like there's some supplies here that need destroying, so to speak. So let's take care of that as soon as I take care of this driver here. This goblin that's almost as... Oh, come on! Can't you queue up and wait your turn? Really? Rude. You're just rude. Simply rude. I should teach you all about queuing up and being nice and polite and all. Really? That was nasty. Now let's see about this. About this supply crate here. Mining supplies. Destroying mining supply. And what's that up ahead? That looks like a mining vein. Well, all sorts of things here. I'll get to that later. And we've got these crazy drivers here looking over them because you want goblins to do work. You put other goblins in front of them, bigger goblins of course, to make them work. Oh, that one's a sentry. It looks like he's looking for sedition amongst the goblins rather than for enemies coming if he's not looking this way. I guess that tells you what kind of priorities they have here. Either that or they think this location is unassailable. I guess I'll just have to teach them a lesson on that. Oh, I think that's a good number of goblins down. Fighting insects. Really? mean, I would think that I wouldn't want to disturb the biting insects if they're biting the goblins at least. Right? Date yourself! Oh. Oh, they're biting insects. Oh. I'm trying to say, it looks like the creepy crawlers are trying to munch on a piece of meat or something. Is that what's going on there? Let's see what it says. The old dwarfhold of Sundergrot lies in partial ruins next to the Floodfells. Its halls are crawling with various insects from the depths. Perhaps you can find some of the nibbling variety and give them as gifts to these goblins sleeping in the old dwarf structure. It might shorten the goblin's stay. Well, alright, that sounds like a useful thing to put those insects to. Make them bite the goblins. I was pretty sure that just killing the insects wouldn't be a particularly great idea. Now, let me go and investigate that ore. Well, as soon as I take care of this, the drudge. Now let's have a look at this vein here. Blue rocks? The old dwarfhold of Sundergrot lies in partial ruin in the Floodfells. The halls are still dotted with various ores and gems. You should gather samples of Sundergrot and return them to Noth. Well, I suppose that's a reasonable thing to do. If it weren't for the fact that I had to fight my way through numerous goblins in order to get it. I've collected quite an assortment of insects, and I noticed the goblins have a tent over here. So we're going to introduce the goblins to some little sleeping problems. I'm sure they'll just love dealing with their vermin in the area, wouldn't they? So first we need to deal with this goblin. Probably the one who's sleeping in that tent, but I'm sure there'll be a replacement at some point. There's always a replacement goblin, and that replacement goblin is not going to know what happened. There's also a treasure cache. I mean, it's a pretty nasty place to. I thought the goblin just ran off. Oh, okay. So there was a goblin sleeping in there. All right. Now, what do we have here? The old dwarfhold of Sundergrot lays in partial ruins next to the Floodfells. Dispose of mining sappers in Sundergrot. Right, I suppose we could do that, whatever that means. I see sappers up ahead. I also see some tents, and those tents would be really nice to throw some insects into. Still trying to do that. I don't know how many of these sappers we need to kill. I assume that by dispose, the idea there is to kill them. Oh, but these drivers are driving me bananas! Ah! Now for you. Oh. Yeah. These warriors. Okay, at least it's not one of those that likes to heal himself. Alright, now, let's see. Let's have a little something to eat. And then we could take care of... Oh, that's not the sapper. Oh, the sapper did come. Hello. I was hoping to fight you later. Oh, come on! Stop that! Stop it! Now. Alright. Good. You guys are annoying. Ah, goblins. And now it's your turn. And how many of you annoyances am I going to have to kill? Those of us up near the lower bridge. This isn't the lower bridge? What? All right. Oh, well. Apparently, I have no idea what they're talking about. What else is new? What else is new? I've apparently found the sappers that I'm supposed to dispose of. Now, how am I supposed to dispose of this thing? Like that, apparently. Alright, got rid of that. Now I gotta get rid of another one? How many of these things are there? Oh, how many of these goblins are there? Now, where's there another one of these things? I don't see any more of these sapper things around here. So if I can't find any more, how am I supposed to get rid of them? Well, hey, have you seen a sapper thing around here that I can destroy? Nope. Well, this is probably going to take a while. Take a long while, most likely. Of course, it's on the other side of the bridge. I completely missed it when I came over here the first time. So now I have to find this thing. I needed to pay a little bit better. Oh, good grief. Yeah. I get the message. You like to spread fire. You're an arsonist. Get the message very well. It's very heated, shall we say. Whew. Very heated message. And now for you. Whew. Now let's get rid of that pot and will we be done? I think I've thought of everything that we could find in here. And this should disrupt the goblins a great deal. Yeah, now for you. Oh, hello. You insist on fighting, don't you? Well, alright, fine. Oh. What do you mean I gotta find the upper bridge? Ah! Now, what does upper bridge mean? Oh, that. Did I come from there earlier? I'm hoping this is what they mean by the upper bridge. Dispose of a sapper near the upper bridge. So now I need to find one of these sappers. Ah, there's one right there. And I will presume that there's going to be another one on the other side once I get rid of this one because that seems to be the pattern. Ouch. Yep. And there's going to be another one on the other side. Ha 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 ha. Why am I not surprised? completely not surprised in any way whatsoever. I hope this is the last one. Let's go and get rid of it and hope it doesn't blow up while it's in my hand. Yay! I'm getting out of this place. That was an ordeal.
Let me see these gems and the ore samples you've collected.
Ah, this one. This sample is good. This one. This is nothing special. Ah, this one is fine indeed. Yes, I expect we will need to lead an expedition back here at some point. It seems there are still decent minerals to mine in Sundergrot. Thank you for bringing me the samples. You've done a great service. All right, and what about the rest of the stuff?
We all return, and the survey was a great success.
Yes, very tiring though. Yes, I believe we have found Sundergrot to remain a useful dwarfhold. We must bring this knowledge back to Scarhold with us. Yeah, and of course we do have this little problem
Something
with goblins.
bothers me about the goblins in Sundergrot.
Yes, their presence is what bugs me about them. Yes, well, yes, something else bothers me about these goblins. I know not what, but something's amiss. Agator looks as if he has something to say. Spit it out, my friend! Oh, and what's that?
I overheard some goblins talking while I was in Sundergrot.
Yes, at the time I did not think much of it, but perhaps I could revisit what I heard. Do you find it odd that the goblins work and camps as if they are commanded, yet there's no commander in sight? What do you mean? I saw all these drivers. I thought those were the commanders. Yes, well, I heard a few goblins talking about an important meeting that's soon to happen in Sundergrot. Could this meeting be with this mysterious absent commander? I say we find this meeting and learn what is really going on here. Oh, joy. What's going to happen in this meeting? We have to find that in the next episode of The Legacy of Durin.